This is BMIS 270, and this is going to cover the spreadsheet and the financial analysis examples and assignment that we have for this Chapter 8 Part 2. So I'll go ahead and look to the left here on the larger screen. So this is an example again that I gave you previously of net present value. Remember, we're figuring out what the project is worth in today's dollars. Okay, that's one of the deals. Cost benefit analysis that shows you the cost benefit analysis, and then also a break even analysis here is an example, and return on investment. Now down at the bottom of the screen below, what you can see are the tabs, and these tabs say payback analysis, ROI, NPV 10%, NPV 6%, and then examples and notes. And I'm on this tab is the examples and notes tab. So if I go to payback, let me go to payback analysis here. All right, so with this payback analysis, and I'm just going to put some numbers in. On the payback analysis, I wouldn't expect any income or benefits from year 0. That's the implementation year. But let's say I have $10,000, not 10, $10,000, $12,000, $14,000, $16,000, a steady increase. I want to show a steady increase, and then $18,000. Okay, purely fictitious numbers. My costs for a new system might be initially $10,000 up front, and then my cost being at $2,000 for each year. 20. Let's say the third year, $3,000, because those costs tend to go up for a system as it ages. And then let's see, $4,000, and then $5,000. Okay, so excuse me, purely fictitious numbers. What we can see here at this is the benefits, the blue line, the cumulative benefits, and then the cumulative costs, the red line. Where is the break-even point? It's a shade over 2 years. So, and actually this would be year 0 is right here. So year 1 is here. What we're seeing is that it'll pay for itself very quickly. Return on investment. Now the benefits, I'm going to go ahead, 0 benefits in year 1, and we're going to say $10,000, $12,000, 14, 16,000, and 18,000. Okay, the cost, that was $10,000 up front. If I can remember these numbers exactly, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. So with this given scenario, we have an ROI, return on investment, of 170%, 169% with this example, and those are just purely numbers off the top of my head. Okay, but that's what that looks like. Net present value. So the benefits of Project A, let's use that same scenario, 10,000, and we're going to have, that's 100, it's going to be 14,000, 16,000, 18,000, and 20,000. Okay, the costs, though, right up front is going to be, let's change the numbers just a little bit to make it more realistic. This initial cost is going to be $30,000 for a real project. Year 1, the costs are going to be $5,000. 5,000. Year 3, maybe 6,000. Year 4, 7,000. 8,000, and 9,000. Okay, so my NPV of Project A is $4,896. Okay, so that's how much money I would make, I would anticipate making from this particular project. Okay, now let's go ahead and change these numbers around a little bit just so we can see this. So now our benefits may be a little, we're going to go with a more, let's go with a cheaper project. Okay, so Project A is more expensive, has more benefit to it, but with B, let's look at maybe $5,000, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. But now what we're going to do though is go with a much smaller project. So instead of a $30,000 cost, let's say it's going to run this about $10,000 to actually implement the system, with a cost of $2,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $4,000, and $5,000. Okay, so we have Plan A or Plan B. What we're seeing here with Plan A is it's a more expensive system. We're making a lot more money off of it cumulatively, but our costs are greater. So we have an NPV of $48.96. In Plan B, Project B, well, we're not going to make as much money from the project, but and this is assuming a factor of 10%, but it's not costing us as much to put together either. So $10,000 and then $2,000 for maintenance 3, 4, and 5 gives us a net present value of $17,373. So based upon this information, it makes more sense to do Project B rather than Project A. And so it's just a comparison. Again, this net NPV is a comparison it allows you to rank projects. So with this ranking, ranking method, we would rank Project B over Project A simply because of the NPV, the net present value, or the future how do we say that again? The future dollars, what our present day dollars is worth tomorrow. Let's say that. Okay, so if we invested this much money, well, let's just leave it at that. Simply a ranking system. Because I'm trying to keep this video pretty short, let's not go into it any further. I'm going to click on NPV 6%. So this is a factor of 6%. You can add the values. That's from one of the projects. And remember, those values are in the PowerPoint and in your book on page 327, I think. Okay, but check the PowerPoint on that for sure. You add the values, and that'll give, you'll set up a factor of 6%, discount factor of 6%, and remember the examples and notes again. So that should be helpful in developing and completing this particular assignment.